All right, welcome everybody. Hey, happy Friday. Welcome. This is I like to think of this live stream as the unofficial kickoff to your weekend because let's be honest, nobody gets much done on Friday afternoon anyway. I shouldn't say nobody. I'm sure you are a very hard worker. But no, it's one of my favorite things about this live stream is I get to welcome you all to the weekend. So, happy Friday today. I may be doing a somewhat abbreviated live stream. I know I say this a lot, and then I end up going for 75 minutes. But today I do have a 5-year-old inside with a temperature that is troubling. So yeah, I may not be here for the full hour. Yeah, may go in and take care of my sick child. I only say that so that you'll know what a good person I am, so that you'll like and subscribe. Right? Okay. So, oh, you know what? We don't have any mood lighting. Should we get some mood lighting in here? If we're only going to be here for a few minutes, we might as well make it look all right. So anyway, hello everybody. Mel, Thomas. Now it's Will Mack, not William Mack. Okay, Francis Hogan, TJ Sylvia. Who else am I missing? Joe, Andy. All right. Hey, Andy says I've never abbreviated, and happy Friday. Yeah, I've never abbreviated. It's true. I do have a hard time with it. Hey, there's some mood lighting. What color should we be today? Should we do some pink? Let's do pink. All right, cool. So today the topic at hand is free versus paid TV. Okay, I guess TV services. All right. So if you looked at the thumbnail, I kind of separated it out. You can see what I'm talking about. We're talking about Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max and Disney Plus and all the ones that make you pay. And you can pay to not watch commercials. Sometimes you can pay a little less and watch some commercials, whatever. So there's the premium services on one side, and then on the other side is the free stuff: the Plutos, the Tubies, the Stir, the Roku channel, all that stuff. So we're going to be kind of talking about the differences between those two, especially with reference to some numbers that we've seen this year with what streaming services have hit. And I am going to get your take on this. So, in fact, I'm going to pull up that same straw poll site that we were using last time. Okay, yep, create a poll. Because was this the right one? This might be a different one. Doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not, there's the one that kept breaking down on me, right? We've tried to do straw polls before. It doesn't always work. Okay, so which type of streaming service do you prefer? Okay, so what are our options here? We've got totally free with plenty of commercials. Option 2 would be cheaper premium, some commercials, right? And then the other option would be kind of the big ones, the $15 HBO Max, whatever. So we'll do fully paid, premium, no commercials. If there are any other options that I'm missing, let me know. But that's kind of what I'm coming up with here. Okay, so we're going to create this poll. This is the right website. Okay, good. Okay, so let's get this. I'm going to share this in the chat. So check the chat. Excuse me. Go ahead and vote. I'm going to actually, I wonder if I can pop into, maybe I can pop in on YouTube and pin that. Okay, so I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to go into, what's it? Oh, you know what? While I'm doing this, I'm going to put up your results. Oh, nope, that's not what we want. We want this. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm so confused. Who am I? What is truth? Okay, there we go. All right, so while I'm pulling up other stuff, you can kind of see some results there. Oh, and let's go to Reviews.org. I want to see if I can pin that link because I kind of want to come back to this throughout the stream. So as people come in, they can vote as well, and they don't have to have been here just now. Okay, so let's go view on YouTube, and I'm hoping it. Oh, please be quiet. Oh, please be quiet, computer. Okay. Huh. All right. So can I pin message? Hey, there we go. All right. So the message is pinned. So if anybody comes in, I won't be able to keep track as people come in. So if anybody's asking about how they can find uh, this particular poll, then just let them know they can check out the pinned message. Okay, so where are we at now? Right now, it's looking like fully paid premium is winning by a bit. Okay, obviously a small sample size, and that's usually the case, especially early on in these live streams. We don't have as many people as we do later on, so that's fine. Okay. Oh, I see. Sorry, I was looking through some of the chat and I thought Matthew was just saying roll tide for no reason, but apparently Tony's checking in from Tuscaloosa. So yeah, welcome to both of you. That's great. Oh, this is so interesting to me, actually. Like I said, I know this is a small sample size, and it's also a restricted sample because the fact that you're tuning into this live stream, it's a bit of selection bias. That uh, we're a certain type of streamer, probably generally here in this stream or here on this live stream, um, and so we're not going to get a real slice of America cross section, right? But we can at least kind of see what you guys have to say about it. Let's see. You enjoy some of the Roku originals? They are really good. Some of them, yeah. I think I've watched 2 now, and yeah, I was impressed. And not just the ones that they bought from Tubi. Did you see? So they or not Tubi. I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. Quibi. Quibi is what I meant to say. Did you see? So there was the only movie that I watched front to back on Quibi was Most Dangerous Game. So it was Liam Hemsworth and oh god, the German guy who was in Inglorious Bastards. Oh shoot, blanking on his name. Christoph Waltz. So they had that movie on there, and I mentioned at the time, what was this? Was this 2 summers ago that Quibi kind of went down in flames? I think it was. Yeah. I mentioned at the time how awful it was. It was just a terrible experience to have to watch a movie 6 to 9 minutes at a time over the course of like a couple of weeks. It was an awful way to watch a movie. And so anyway, the Roku channel bought all the Quibi content, and they put the Quibi content up there for people to watch. Here, we'll put that down just a little bit. So they put the Quibi content on there for people to watch, but that one they still had it in episodes. It was still in those like 6 to 9 minute episodes, and so you'd have to like obviously you could binge it at that point. It's a movie, right? But finally I saw they gave in, and it looks like they just have it listed now for you to watch just as a movie. They just cut all that stupid crap out and made it a movie, and it's like it's not like it was an earth-shatteringly good movie to begin with, but I am sure that it is orders of magnitude more pleasurable to watch now than it was when it first came out. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Fully paid and cheaper premium are kind of winning there at the moment. Now, why am I bringing this up? Okay, so we're 9.5 minutes almost into this live stream. Why am I bringing this up? Let's get to the meat of it here. It's my brain is a bit scattered today, you guys, because there's a place called ComScore, and they do metrics and analytics for a few different industries. And they put out a report on what they see as the trends in streaming. So let me see if I can pull this up. There it is. Okay, we'll blow that up a little bit so you can actually see it. How's that? That's a little bit better. Okay, so this really caught my eye. This came out, what was it, June 14th. So it's been a week and a half now since this came out, but I just didn't have a chance to talk about it last week. We were having too much fun with the incessant straw polling. The brackets. Okay. Ad-supported streaming services, AVOD, are seeing adoption at a faster rate than subscription-based services, or SVOD. Okay, so we have free stuff versus paid stuff, right? 29% increase for AVODs in 2022 compared to 2020 versus a 21% increase with the SVODs. Now, there are a few different reasons why that may be the case. It could be that people prefer free stuff. But if we look at what you guys are saying on that straw poll, where is it? There we go. If we look at the straw poll, the at least for this crowd here in this chat, the free stuff lags behind on what kind of thing you prefer, as as a general rule. So that could be it. Like it could be that. Well, hang on. It could be that other people feel differently. That they actually love the totally free stuff more. Or more likely, I think, is that a lot of people feel the way that you and I do, where I'll take the some commercials maybe, but no commercials preferably. We'll take that over the free stuff, but that's been going on for years and years. And so those services, the Netflixes, the Disney Pluses, the HBO Maxes, the whatever, they've been building up their subscriber base for years and years. And it's only been in the last, what, 2, 3 years. Like Pluto's been around, Tubi has been around, but in the last 2 or 3 years, they've really picked up steam. And I think it's happening even faster in 2021 and 2022. um, that those free services are finally picking up steam. It's kind of like the people who would prefer, like you and I, the people who would prefer premium at some level have already signed up. Like we're already into this. We're cord cutters and we're gung ho, but not everybody jumped on the bandwagon right away. And so it could be that those who don't prefer it have come on a little bit later, and so they're kind of like goosing those numbers for the free services. Could be something more like that. I'd be interested to see some analytics company dive a little deeper into those numbers, but the headline definitely caught my eye. Um, Thank you, Spike, for your what. Oh, I thought you were talking about the channel. It might be a. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I missed some comments earlier. Sorry. I just saw that. I was like, what happened to Spike? I thought like Spike TV got taken off the air or something. I don't know. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit more about this. Um, I'm also interested in what's going on with all this stuff because, and bear with me, these are numbers that, they're going to be talking about quarter 1 numbers. We'll get quarter 2 numbers pretty soon. January, February, March, that's quarter 1. Okay. And then April, May, June, those numbers should start coming out, as far as who's got subscribers, who's growing, who's shrinking, where are customers going. We'll get those starting sometime next month. Um, but so just looking at quarter 1 numbers, here's a couple headlines for you to consider. Oh no, let's do this one first. Um, okay, that same report from ComScore, they talked about how HBO Max has joined what they call I think it was the Big Five at the time, and they're calling it the Big Six. So Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Peacock, which I thought was interesting. So that was like the Big Five, and now HBO Max joins those. And we can see their numbers here. So combined HBO Max, and this is not a streaming service. It's just kind of a weird headline. HBO Max and HBO together hit 77 million global subs and 49 million in the US. Okay. And so that was enough for them to say, hey, they're growing, they're looking good, whatever. So think about that for a second. HBO Max and HBO combined. There is no free version, right? You can get the ad supported cheaper tier, but you are going to be paying either way, right? So when they say they've got 49 million subscribers in the US and 77 million globally, these are paying customers, right? So great. They're making a bunch of money. All right. Now let me pull up another one for you. Oops, wrong button. All right. So here's another one. And this is what made me so interested in this free versus paid stuff. Peacock. Oh, yeah, I'm zoomed in enough. It's kind of cutting off the words there. Peacock hits 28 million monthly active US accounts, 13 million paid subscribers. So, but we're still talking about Peacock as like one of the big 5 or the big 6. And I would be fascinated to have a very, very frank conversation. I'm not talking about doing an interview on here because, if we got somebody from NBC to come on this live stream, they go into PR mode, right? And totally understandable. They should. They they go into PR mode. But I'd love to just have an off the record dinner with somebody at one of these places, at HBO or at NBC or Netflix or where. Well, Netflix would be a bad example. But what other places do the tiers? Hulu, right? And really dive into how much each customer is worth. So if 13 million paid subscribers and 28 million active accounts is enough to put Peacock in the big 5, compared to something like HBO Max. I'm really curious about that. How much money are these companies making off of commercials versus the paid account? So if Peacock, and even they're even a bad example because even if you go to the $10 tier, it's not that you'll never see commercials. They say that they limit commercials at $10, which is very frustrating when you're watching. But anyway, yeah, I'm curious, how much do they make? Um, do they make $10 a month per customer, but with ads? Right? Does that make sense? Does the average Peacock user generate enough ad revenue to make up for the subscriber revenue? Or would Peacock prefer that people actually just fork over the $10 and not watch commercials? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm really, really interested in it though. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. In the meantime, let's here, I'll get rid of that because I want to pull up where we're at. For those who are just coming in, there is a pinned message on YouTube. I wasn't able to pin it on Facebook, but if you're on YouTube, then there's a pinned message with the link to this poll. Let's see. So now, okay, so fully paid premium has jumped ahead again, but yeah, it's still pretty even between those two. Okay, so let's see what you guys have to say. Andy says, "Don't many Comcast subs get Peacock for free?" Yes, that's true. And that's also going to be the case. Now, that's going to be a larger number than a lot of the freebies, but there are other freebies out there as well. So, Netflix, HBO Max. Was it HBO Max that did their deal with T-Mobile, or did T-Mobile get Netflix? Whatever. It often comes with cell phone plans or what have you. But yeah, those are definitely a thing. Um, let's see. Wilmac. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of making this one name now. Wilmac. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like you and somebody else are in a relationship. So, it's like Benifer or something like that. That shows you how old I am. Wilmac. Okay, I like this. I like this. Have to give credit to Peacock for fixing their interface on the free version. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'll give you that. On the flip side, Tony Hawthorne says Peacock sucks. um, I don't think Peacock sucks, but I will admit that it's not one of the ones that I use on a regular basis. I don't often pop in there. And I think it's probably because they had to fix their interface. Like when they first came out, it was bad enough. It wasn't horrendous. Like, look, it wasn't a horror show, but it was bad enough or unintuitive enough that it just didn't. I kind of had an aversion to going to Peacock for the first little while that it existed. Um, let's see. So Marianne says, I do not want ad free. So you don't want ad free. So you would rather go with the free services like Pluto TV or Peacock, whatever, and watch the ads. Yeah, kind of the question it comes down to in a way is what do you what do you value more, your money or your time? If you feel like, hey, it's no big deal. I like the bathroom breaks. I want the mental break to check out of the show or the movie, whatever, every once in a while. I prefer that. Or no, I'm sitting down to watch something. I just want to watch it, and I'm willing to pay $10 for the privilege of never having to see an ad. It just, yeah, it really comes down to what you prefer. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, hey, Matt Shaughnessy's back. Matt, I feel like, were you here last week? I feel like it's been a while since I saw you on the chat, but maybe I'm just going crazy. Let's see. So Comcast, according to Fraden, has said that it is changing soon as far as their customers getting Peacock Premium for free. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. uh, I'm good. I'm single, says Will Mac. Well, not with a name like Will Mac, you're not. Let's see. I don't understand, Joe. Let me know. Give me a little more on this one. Only will use a freeze semi that is. Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand your comment there. And I apologize. I know I missed a bunch of comments earlier, so if you want to resubmit your comment so that I can see it, please do so. Let's see. Let's see what Troy says. Let's see. I have Pluto TV free, Sling TV very not free, and Peacock Premium, the $10 version, in my streaming TV menu. Interesting. Okay, so I'm curious, Troy, and excuse me if I sneeze. Don't worry, I'll turn away so you don't all go deaf or blow your speakers out. But Troy, is that all you have in your streaming arsenal? Is that kind of like your end all be all list? Or is this kind of like, oh, yeah, these are the ones I tend toward most, but I also have Netflix or whatever? Let me know. Oh, boy, you guys, if I sneeze, it's going to be bad. Okay, excuse me. That wasn't even very nice. Okay. But that's, yeah, honestly, okay, sorry, I want to go back to this actually. Troy's comment here, Peacock Premium, Sling TV, and Pluto TV. That's actually a really nice mix. I like that. If I were if I had my streaming cauldron and I were throwing, you know, ingredients in, I wouldn't have come up with that combo. But now that you say it, I'm thinking to myself, that's legit. That's a really good combo. For myself, I don't like the cable imitators, the Sling, Fubo, YouTube TV, just as a concept. They're fine as streaming services and they do what they do well, and all that stuff. It's all fine. But just as a concept, I have personally completely checked out of the whole idea of live TV outside of sports. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but I know that that's totally subjective. That's just how I operate. Okay. Oh, wait, whoa. What happened here? So, when a service stops Dateline, got priorities, and doesn't show the last 5 minutes of the mystery, that's bad, real bad. I would tend to agree with that. So, Dateline, that would be on Peacock, right? Wow. Okay. I hadn't heard of that. Like I said, I don't use it as often, and when I do, it's usually for movies sooner than shows. And so I haven't run into that issue. Interesting. Let's see. Did Discovery Plus make the top 6? If so, I apologize for missing. I don't know. I don't think so. Let's actually let's see if let's see. Streaming services ranked by subscribers. Okay. Let's see if I can find something uh with, some recency. There is a list of streaming media services on Wikipedia. I don't know how updated it is, but I think we can assume that it's somewhat updated. Let's take a look. Okay. So, you know what? I will, let's see, I'll put me over there so that it's a little easier to see. Okay. So, with at least 100 million subscribers, this is the 100 million club. Tencent and Baidu, those are outside the US. Okay, this one is worldwide, but yeah, you can see where these ones operate. Netflix, Amazon, and always, every time you see Prime Video anywhere, whether it's about the content, the subscriber count, the whatever, you should always put an asterisk next to Prime Video. Even more, like the same asterisk can apply to other streaming services, but to a lesser extent. But with Prime Video, they're able to say, hey, we have this many people signed up for Prime, which means they're signed up for Prime Video. That does not mean that you have 175 million people signed up to actually use, or not signed up to, but who actually use Prime Video. So something to keep in mind there. Okay. Hopefully that makes it a little easier to see now. Okay, so Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus at 137.7 million. That's impressive. Okay. So Tencent and I don't even know how to say that. They don't quite factor into our rankings here. Okay. Let's see. HBO Max is sitting pretty at 77 million. YouTube Premium, 50 million subscribers. That's impressive. That's another asterisk one though. Obviously, YouTube is not it's in a different category. Okay, so now we come down here. We got Hulu, Paramount Plus, Apple TV Plus, Peacock. And this is going to be that's monthly active users. Is that what they're subscribers? Yeah, okay. Discovery Plus, 24 million. So that's what we were looking for. So do they make the top 6? I don't think so. So if we're looking at our kind of our big list here, we'd have Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus. These two don't factor as much in the US. So then HBO Max would be number 4. We're skipping YouTube Premium, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Apple TV Plus, Peacock is number 8. Discovery Plus is 9. And then wow, Curiosity Stream. Did I get that right? Whatever. Curiosity Stream coming in so hot. That is impressive. It's really, really, really good. If you've ever, I should probably do something about Curiosity Stream. If you've ever used Curiosity Stream, you'll know it's actually really quite good. But I wouldn't have expected 23 million subscribers. That's very impressive. And then we've got a few of the smaller ones down here. These tend to be more niche. Something like Funimation and Crunchyroll. And yeah, I know there's all the merger stuff, but we can still talk about them separately right now. That's a niche audience, so we can't expect them to have 100 million subscribers. We're going to expect them to have a really loyal core audience that's much smaller, right? And also, this is anecdotally, my guess is that that with the age of the crowd that something like Crunchyroll brings in, I bet they deal with more privacy issues, or not privacy issues, piracy issues as a percentage of their audience or whatever. I bet they deal with more piracy issues than just about any other streaming service, but I could be wrong. So yeah, this is quite an interesting list. BritBox, I would have expected to have more than 2 million. Boy, we're going down a rabbit hole here, aren't we? Fubo. Oh boy. Wow. I wonder how recent that is, because if that's true, then they've been hemorrhaging. That's not good for Fubo. Huh. Well, anyway. All right. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully. Oh, geez. Now we got the spammers coming in. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Break time while I go and take care of some spam. Ugh, this is annoying. How do they even get through? Shouldn't there be... let's see. Hide user on this channel. Thank you. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, usually YouTube's algorithm, it's whatever, its bots are able to find those and keep them out pretty effectively. But the last couple of weeks, they've let some stuff through that is not it's not nice, you guys. This is not what we do here on this channel. So, all right. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Holy spammer. Yes, that is quite the spam. Okay. So Troy, I apologize if I missed some of your explanation. Let's see if where did you? So you say, I love Pluto TV. It's the best free service ever. Frequent user of the app. It really is. Like, I think it and Tubi are really quite close. It kind of just depends on who has the better library on which day in a lot of ways. They're really close, but I think they're both really good. And let's see what else you had to say. Okay, yeah, live sports on Sling TV, that makes sense, yeah. Like I said, that's about the only thing that I still appreciate live TV for is sports, so I'm with you there. Peacock's for WWE content, perfect. That's what I keep telling people. If you even have an inkling that you kinda like wrestling, you gotta have Peacock, right? Uh, okay, and Peacock, you're saying it's the most underrated streamer. Interesting, alright. And Pluto is king for free content. There you go. Alright. Uh-huh. I don't know about PureFlix. I haven't looked into them much. Um, we need mods to help when you're live. That's if you are. This is a good point. If you're somebody who loves this stream and you're here pretty frequently, so I'm looking at folks like Frayden or Matt or let's see, Will Mac, Derek. The folks that I see here, Sylvia, Morgan, you guys are here pretty frequently. If you want to send me a DM right there. Hop on Twitter. That's the easiest place to do it. I mean, you can also make a comment here on YouTube after we're done, but sometimes those get lost in the mix. Send me a DM on Twitter if you would like to be a mod, and I can look into the possibility of assigning that role to a few of you to help out. Because I missed that was probably up for like what 2 or 3 minutes while I'm sitting here yakking on about streaming service rankings. And we've got porn spammers all over the place. Yeah, not great. So if you're interested in doing it, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know. I would I would really appreciate the help, especially if you're already here. It's one of those things where purely volunteer basis, and so if you're already here, might as well give you a button to get rid of that crap. So all right. Hey, Terry's doing God's work here. 83 in here, 29 likes. I say, here's my rule, okay? For a live stream like this, if you make it, let's call it 2 full minutes, 120 seconds, where I'm not annoying enough to chase you away. Difficult, I know, right? But if you're in here for 2 minutes, you're interested in the conversation, and you haven't been annoyed away, hit that like button. Do me a favor. That would be great. Um, and never forget. All right, you guys. So this has been interesting. I got your take on this stuff. So now we know what kind of streaming service, at least what kind of streaming service we prefer as streaming junkies. I think that's fair to say for most of us here. So I got this from you. We learned a little bit about where HBO Max is at, where Peacock is at, and and we have some questions, I think, to look into going forward about what it means for one of these companies that does the mix. Is it more valuable to NBC for you to pay $10 a month or to go free and watch a ton of ads? It's a good question, if I do say so myself. So, all right. So thanks everybody for joining in. Like I said, I am going to abbreviate today. I know I say that all the time, but with how sick my daughter is, I really should make more of an effort today. Raise your hand if you have any kids between the ages of about 4 and 8. They're just sickness is a thing at that age. So let's see. Before I go, Troy is asking for an updated video that I did on streaming TV bundles a while back. So you'll have to remind me what the topic was. Are you talking about things like Hulu, Disney, and ESPN Plus? What kind of streaming bundles? You guys, I make a lot of videos. So do a review on PlayStation Plus Premium. Okay, all right. Free is misunderstood. Yeah, that's because there's no such thing. Yep, absolutely. Let's see, Frayden, I think you're raising your hand to be a mod. I think we can talk about that, definitely. I need to look into how to do it, how to assign the role, and maybe I can do that. Socrates just made it for the end. Hey, Socrates, we're abbreviating today. And yep, as you can see, Don just heard my kids are pretty sick, or well, one of them is. And so I'm going to go be a dad. And I will see you guys all next week for. I'll come up with something maybe a little more interactive, kind of like we did last week. We did the bracket challenge, the streaming bracket. I thought that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun with it too. So maybe we'll do something like that again next week. But regardless, I will be here at 2 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And Troy, I got you. All right. Bye, guys.